Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, I've got the Game of Thrones tarot on the tarot table because we are going to ask what is going on with William choosing not to follow protocol, that him and George now don't fly together. As we all know, George turned 12 on July 22nd, and according to palace sources, there's no provisions for William and George to fly separately or travel separately on trains or any kind of transportation. Now, when William was 12, as per protocol, then he never flew together with his father. And apparently, William has chosen, that's not going, right now, the palace, I believe their exact words were, there's no protocol, as far as we are aware, there's no protocol for Prince William and Prince George to follow travel protocol or something like that. You know, they say it a lot fancier than I do. So let's ask the Game of Thrones cards, what's going on here? Is this William starting to make his new royal court, showing that it's more modern? What's going on? What's going on? And should they fly apart or travel, or I believe it's like any form of travel, that you, plane, trains, I'm not too sure if it's just quickly automobiles in town. But apparently that's been the thing. Once the next heir turns 12, they no longer travel with the heir apparent. What's going on? Is this William's choice, or is this just, you know what, it's summer, leave us alone, we'll figure it out when call us in a couple of months, right? It's like, oh, for the love of God, it's summer. What's the difference if it was last month or next month, right? Yeah, but I think that was the wording. As far as we know, there's no direction. That was it. That was it. Lots of rumors where they are, some unfounded. Shall we begin? Where they're spending their summer. Some of you have to wonder are traps. They're trying to snuff out moles. If they send out false information so people aren't looking for them in the right place. The Hermit in reverse. Now that is traveling alone, right? We're talking about travel here. Or are they worried about Harry? Would Harry do? Right? We have to remember, if like that we've read cards on it, and Megan did say that we're one plane crash away from the throne. So is this because of Harry? Let's continue to read. The Moon, Queen of Coins in reverse. Is this Catherine's choice, or is this the Queen and Harry? This is getting interesting. Two of Coins, distraction, and the Empress. Wow, we got big players here. Okay, I'm going to say the Queen of Coins in reverse is the Queen Elizabeth. The Empress, I believe that this is Catherine in this situation, because they are both Queen of Coins. But the Queen of Coins in reverse tells me that this is the one who has passed. The Empress, this is looking forward. As we know, Catherine's going to be the next Empress, as the next mother of kings. I think this is somewhat of a distraction. I think that with this, I think there's a veiled threat from Harry. The Moon is veiled, right? Veiled threat, illusions and whatnot. I'm wondering if it was the Queen. If it was the Queen who did that, made sure that William and Charles never flew together because she knew Harry better and knew Harry would have been next in line. This is something of a distraction about something. Four of Cups in reverse, regrets, regrets. King of Swords in reverse. There is Philip. I often say, oh, this is William, but this is the Queen and the King, right? Or King. This is the Queen and this is Philip right here in reverse. Maybe it was their rule. And maybe it did have something to do with Harry. I'm not sure. I'm just trying to think. Did Elizabeth, once her father became king, did she fly with him or on the train with him? I'm not sure. But I don't think back then children went with them anyways if they were doing traveling, right? I mean, even when I remember when Diana was really upset she couldn't take William on a tour. And it's just like, because that's just not done, right? Well, I think William and Harry were one of the first royal children to actually go on official tours. So maybe it did start with William and Charles. And also, did they have to worry about a lot of air travel back then and bombings and such, right? So maybe they only had to worry about, maybe that, yeah, the clock agrees. Maybe it's a modern thing. The sun. And look at, we're talking about suns. Put the spotlight. They're trying to distract us from something here. Page of Swords in reverse. I think they're trying to distract us about something. Seven of Cups. Yeah, they're trying to gaslight us. I wonder if they're making a big, like it's the top headline under Royals in the Daily Mail. And I'm wondering if that's a message to Harry, to distract him, so he's not looking for the second plane, right? If they're making a fib, an official fib, that, oh yeah, no, we're not doing that. Two of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you know, if this was upright, I'm going to say they haven't really made up their mind yet, but they have made up their mind, and they, I think they are following that protocol, but I for some reason there's something about a distraction that they're gaslighting us that they're all flying together as a family, and I think it's to put the scent off for Harry somehow. Why though? Harry. Wheel of Fortune, Death in reverse, Nine of Coins upright, Five of Coins in reverse, King of Cups in reverse, the Priestess and the Lovers. Interesting. You know what I think they're going to do? I think they're going to wait until William is king and George is the next in line. I think after Charles passes away, then they're going to invoke that. Right? Here's the Death, and here's the King of Cups and the Five of Coins. So once William becomes king, then they're going to invoke that. But for now, they're doing some kind of covert stuff. And I'm going to say that William and Catherine are in total agreement on the same page of this. And I think what they're doing is, you know, perhaps if they say they are traveling in separate planes, they aren't. Or if they say they aren't, they are. I think it's just all such top secret. Whatever we hear in the paper, we can't believe. We can't believe if it's true. We can't believe if it's a distraction. I think that's what they're doing. They're making it so that any information that anybody gets is unreliable. That's what they're doing. Absolutely. I think once we see William become king, then we're going to see them fly separately. I honestly believe that. And I think that William and I think part of it is I don't think Catherine wants George to fly by himself, even though he'll have like security and, you know, uh, his nanny. I don't know. Do they still have nannies at age 12? You know, he wouldn't technically be alone. It's not like, you know, mom and dad are divorced and here comes the kid on the airplane with his teddy bear and pillow kind of thing. Yeah, I think this is mostly though Catherine's. No, we're flying as a family. We're flying as a family. Once you're king and he's heir apparent, that's when we'll address this. But I think in the most times she wants to be, she's trying to keep everybody together as a family for as long as they can. King of Spears, Six of Swords, there's the traveling, Three of Coins in reverse, and the Ace of Coins in reverse. 10 of Cups, yeah, we're staying as a family. Sorry, we'll be doing the, like, to me, the King of Wands, when we're talking about something like this, is MI5, right? This is who's looking, this is the security of the royal family. And I think, you know, in some respects, they're going to be doing some secret shit and whatever. And Catherine is like, we've got to trust these people. And I'm keeping my family together for as long as I can. I'm not, that's, you know, that might have been your grandparents' rule with your dad and you. But that was because, you know, Harry was a long shot. And who was after that? Andrew. And so perhaps they were like, okay, yikes. But I'm thinking that Catherine has put her foot down, and we won't know the truth. I think they're going to put out distractions. They're going to say, oh yeah, you know, yes, that protocol is invoked, or somebody will notice they all come off a helicopter together and they will say, hold it, how come they're all on, right? I think they're going to try and mix it up like that. And distract people, and so that all information's unreliable. But yeah, she wants to keep the family together, traveling together. I can see that as a mom. Yeah, she's like, no, we're family. And William's right. William's on top of it with her too. He's like, yeah, I agree. I agree. Until it's like much, much more necessary. I can see Catherine's kind of point of view in that, you know what, if your dad doesn't like it, tell him to get Harry off the line of succession. Done deal. Right? Problem solved. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Please take good care. I hope they're having fun wherever they are. See you online. Bye for now.